Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Well, did you see this yesterday? You may have seen it on the news. Bob Catter and Andrew Wilkie, for all the best reasons, I must say, turned up in inflatable pig suits, carrying plastic tubs of money and rubbing their snouts in the money. One of them had, I think, Coles, and one had Woolworths or various representatives of that on the front.
They had cold and worthless.
Okay. Yeah. And what they're saying is that, and quite rightly, they want to implement change. They want to reduce the powers of the two big supermarkets, have a commissioner for food retailing to stop price gouging and anti-competitive behaviour. But they did look ludicrous.
Often accused of having snouts in the trough, it's not every day you see politicians seeking to embody their stereotype. Two long-serving crossbenchers argue it's the piggy banks of the nation's big two supermarkets that are overflowing. And after a wardrobe change, insisting they need to be forcibly broken up.
Are we just going to continue with them screwing the farmers down through the floor and charging the consumers $1 squillion?
Yes, it is dramatic, because pussyfooting around this for years and decades has not worked.
And part of that is 5% of, this is what their proposal is, 5% of their market share over 5 years. So that Coles and Woolworths would take less than that. So that would mean that instead of having 70%, of which they get now, it would be 20%.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they want to give a 5% market share every year for 5 years.
For 5 years.
But, you look at Bob Catter and it's a good message.
And quite frankly, would we be paying attention to that if they didn't dress up like pigs? Would we be even talking about this?
Well,
if they
the other flip side of that is that when you see Bob Catter in an outfit, you just think, here he's going to say something crazy like this.
He's got form.
I mean, people are entitled to their sexual proclivities. I mean, let there be 1,000 blossoms bloom as far as I'm concerned. But I ain't spending any time on it, because in the meantime, every 3 months, a person is torn to pieces by a crocodile in North Queensland.
So we wouldn't have known about that had it not been for Bob.
Mm-hmm. But the politicians do love a quirky moment. Remember that time when Tony Abbott was walking through a fruit and veg market? He picks up a raw onion, skin on it and all, and bites into it.
Very good.
All the farmers around were going, have I just seen that?
I've got a theory about that. I think Tony thought it was an apple. And he's just munched into it and he's just soldiered on, because that's the sort of person that he is.
Pretended he likes it.
He's pretended that...
He'd rather cop the criticism for eating an onion than the humiliation of not knowing the difference between an onion and an apple.
It can happen. It can happen.
Do you remember the time that Pauline Hanson went into the Senate chamber in a burqa?
Senator Hanson.
I'm quite happy to remove this, because this is not what should belong in this parliament.
Talking about herself. Remember, Scott Morrison took a prop along. He brought a little friendly piece of coal.
This is coal. Don't be afraid. Don't be scared.
The Treasurer knows the rule on props.
So you're not allowed to bring props in.
They have to have a rule on props.
I'm a prop guy. If I was in Parliament, I would be bringing in all sorts of, giant toothbrushes and bigger razors and things like that.
Well, what do you think that your platform would be if they were your props?
Oh, just whatever. It works for Anda. You see him do stand-up. He brings a prop in. It's great.
Remember, of course, this is one of our favourites. This is Craig Emerson. He was a trade minister. I can't even remember what the brouhaha was, but he decided to bring in a boombox and do this.
This is the mood in Whyalla. No Whyalla wipeout there on my TV. No Whyalla wipeout there on my TV. No Whyalla wipeout there on my TV. Shocking me right out of my brain. Shocking me right out of my brain.
Imagine him workshopping that with his team and they're going, I think that's a great idea.
So here are the options. You can dress up like an inflatable pig.
You can wear a burqa or you can eat an onion.